In today's video, what I'm going to discuss with you is a huge power source that a lot of golfers aren't using, and one reason why Bryson Dechambeau is actually hitting it so far these days. Make sure you check this video out. Welcome back to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today at Branston Golf and Country Club. As mentioned there in the intro, what we're going to discuss today is a power source, and we're going to be talking about how we transition from the backswing to the start of the downswing, and something I've noticed that Bryson is doing even better these days to gain that yardage. We all know he's gained a lot of muscle mass, he's put on a few pounds, and we know that he's creating a longer swing, etc, etc. But there's something that I'm seeing actually in his transition, and another reason why he's starting to generate those big speeds, and his ball speed's gone through the roof, his carry distance has gone up, and he's really starting to overpower golf courses. Now, we might not be talking about the same level for you, but if we can utilise a little bit more and gain a few more yards off the tee, it's a massive advantage on any golf course to start to hit that ball that little bit further, hit a shorter club into the green, hit it a bit nearer the pin, and start making some of those putts. Sounds easy, doesn't it? If you do enjoy this video, if it is helpful, please hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. If you hit the little bell icon, it just notifies you every time a new video goes live. So what we're talking about is the transition from top of the backswing to the start of the downswing, and something, I mean, Bryson, don't get me wrong, was utilising this anyway, but he's utilising it even more when I see the slow-mo images now of his golf swing from where it was a year and a half ago, 18 months back. So he's gained a huge amount of club head speed, and this is something we see with all power hitters, it's not just Bryson. But what he's doing really, really well is as he's completing his backswing, before he starts his downswing, his lower body is already starting to recenter itself, and he's already starting to apply pressure towards his lead side. So by the time most elite golfers get to lead arm parallel on the backswing, parallel to the ground, they're loaded into their trail foot at about 80%. And what we see with the majority of golfers is before they finish their backswing and start their downswing, they're already starting to move into their lead side. Okay, so I've talked about it before and I want it to be gradual. Do you know what? It's not going to be gradual like it's going to be 10% more, 20%. We actually jump from sort of 80 here to suddenly 60 over here, 70 over here, 80 over here, and we really want to hit the peak into our lead leg by the time we hit the golf ball. But what I see with Bryson that he's doing so fantastically well, his arms are still on, he's definitely making a bigger coil in the backswing, but before he finishes, he's really starting to actually unwind his hips. Now, for a lot of golfers, I have a lot of success trying to get them to feel that movement is the lead knee moving back over towards the toe, because you can see as I make my backswing, my lead knee is kicked in a little bit towards my trail side. So as I start my downswing, if I almost try and get my lead knee to move back towards the middle of the foot there, my pressure is starting to move towards my lead side. My hips are starting to recenter themselves. So they have wound up here, 45 degrees. I want to almost feel like they're getting back towards zero in that transition movement, start of the downswing. But the other thing that Bryson does there so fantastically well is he's leaving his arms up. And that is a key point. I do not like to see players pulling their arms down. So it looks like his arms are being left up as he's starting his downs with his lower body. And I think it's a great idea to feel that, maybe without the golf club to start with, and put the golf club into it. So you can just try and get that feeling that your arms are still moving on, and we're starting to apply some pressure towards that lead side by getting my lead knee moving back over to the center of the toe, recentering my hips. A massive power source. If we can create that disassociation, so we're trying to separate that upper body and lower body. And what we're seeing there is Bryson's shoulders are still rotated massively and his hips are starting to move back towards the target, and he's just increasing that X factor stretch. Massive power source. Feel it then with a golf club, maybe just clip a T-peg away. But almost left arm parallel, I want you to feel 80% loaded into here. As you complete the backswing to start the downswing, you're trying to feel like you leave the arms up, but start with your lower body. So get that knee pushed back out towards the middle of the foot. It's recentering my hips and applying that pressure towards my lead side. So, I could have talked about a few reasons Bryson's gaining power. You know, we all see that jump off the floor as well, and that is a big power source. And we'll talk about it separately, but you know, if you push down with a lot of force here, you can now spring off the floor. Big power source. But what I want to discuss, as I said in today's video, is that transition movement. So what I'm going to try and feel is that as I complete my backswing, I'm starting my downswing with my lower body. So that's a way you can start to take it to the golf course, is start to feel that lower body start to really unwind in the downswing movement here. So I've just got a couple of guys on the green mucking around. Get out of the way. So they don't know I'm going to launch a Bryson, I don't think. This one's going over their heads, I think, at 300. I wish. So as I'm starting my downswing, it's my lower body first, really starting to unwind and start to see if you can generate that extra speed from unwinding that lower body quicker than we unload the upper body. Right, let's give it a go. And it's a good one to do on the range. Just don't worry about the result to start with. Let's see if we can generate some more speed. Give it a whirl from there. Oh, if I could hit them all like that, I'd be pretty happy. So I just wanted to get that sensation. I'm almost leaving my arms up, starting my downswing with my lower body first, and the trigger point going to be my lead knee that's kicked in, moving back over my trail foot. So I'm applying pressure towards my lead side and starting to open up my hips, or at least recenter them at the start of the downswing. Let's give that one more go. I couldn't have hit two more similar shots on the same line, so give it a go. You never know, you may not lose that much accuracy. People are worried about gaining speed. Oh, I'm going to hit the ball further offline. Give it a go in practice. First of all, if you can start your downswing or your transition movement with your lower body first, almost leaving your arms up, you are creating a bigger X factor stretch. There is going to be more speed in there, and that's more potential distance. So if that video has helped, hit the thumbs up, and I'll see you guys soon.